Hey, welcome guys. My name is Joshua and this is Money is Good. I'm glad to be making this video again. Last time we made a video on the different kind of investor that we have. We talked about being having the pre-investor. We talked about the passive investor and the active investor. And what we decided to say is you don't want to be a pre-investor. You want to be either a passive investor or an active investor. Uh, I'm not a financial advisor, so this information is just for educational purposes, so you know what you want to do. This topic is something I'm passionate about, and I like to talk about it. So for me, I'm a passive investor. I don't do active investing. If you want to know more about the difference between who a passive investor is and who an active investor is, please just go back to my channel. I have it. That was like my last two videos maybe. So just go through the videos. I can actually leave the link in the description below, so you can actually go see it for yourself and read what it is to be a passive investor or an active investor. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, the next thing we want to talk about is the different kind of investing style. Types of investor. Yeah, now we're talking about the investing style, and you might already know some, you might not know some, but I have a list here that I put together when I was making my research on the investing style. And I'm also going to comment on the style that I use personally. That does not mean you should use that style, but you can choose out of this style. You have the right to choose out of this style. Now, some of this style is passive in nature, while some is active in nature. So just know that up front, that you have different styles of investing, and some are passive and some are active. Right here I have seven types of investing style. Number one, I'm gonna go through the seven step by step. I'm gonna try and make this video short so that you have just the fast information that you need in your hands, so you can do what you gotta do, understand what we're talking about, and then decide what style of investing do you want to do. So the first one here is bonds. So bonds is a kind of, if you invest in bonds, quick information about bonds. They have low risk, but they also have low interest. So if you buy bonds, you're probably going to buy them for a longer. So you buy them, you hold it for a longer period of time, and then this bond give you interest. They pay you interest over time. You get interest for those bonds, and then at the end of the life of the bond, you can actually sell it and get your money back. So if you invest in bond, it's a type of passive investment. So bonds is a type of passive investment. So now, if you're a young person, you don't want to have too much bonds. You want your portfolio to be around, I'll say, 10 to 20% bonds. Usually, they will tell you to minus your age from 100, and that is the number of stocks you should have, and then your age is actually the number of bonds you should have. So for example, if you are 25 years old, take 25 out of 100, you have 75. So invest in stock 75%, and then invest in bonds 25%. That's what some people say. For me, in my investment, I have bond 10% and I have stocks 90%. In my 401k, I have bond 25% and I have stocks 75%. So you can mix it whichever way. The reason why you're doing bonds is because it's low risk, but at the same time, the lower the risk, also the lower is your benefit or gain from investing in such a portfolio. So you have bonds. That's number one. Now, number two that we're going to talk about is the penny stocks investor. So I have all this written down on paper so I don't forget. So you have the penny stock investing style. And what does penny stock stand for? Penny stock are stocks that are $5 or less. Some usually $1, even less than $1. But that's penny stock. So as a penny stock investor, you buy penny stocks and then you sell them. You don't hold them for a long period of time. So that essentially translates into a an active kind of investing. So you're an active investor. If you do penny stock, you're an actual active investor because you buy them for a small period of time. You watch the market as the market fluctuates, and then boom, you sell it, you make your profit. One thing that I find out about penny stock investors is that they actually buy a lot of this stock because they're cheap. You can get you can buy 100 stock for, like, for example, if the stock is $1, you can buy 100 stock, which is just $100, and then if the stock went up by, say, 5 cents, so today you bought it for $100, and then you have 5 cents the next day, and you sell all your 100 stocks, then you get 5 cents off every stock that you have, right? So that's how they make money. So for the most part, they buy a bunch of penny stocks, and then just make sure that they just keep checking the platform, see how the stock fluctuate up and down, and then sell as possible, So that's how penny stock guys make their money. But again, like I said, it's an active style of investing, so it takes a lot of time. You have to be very, 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 very vigilant. That's number 2. Number 3, you have the dividend investor. So who is a dividend investor? A dividend investor is someone that buys a stock, hold it for a long period of time, hoping that this stock is going to, number 1, grow in value. Number 2, is going to pay you dividend in a period of time. Now, dividend is not really, it's not guaranteed. It's not that it's promised to you. It's not guaranteed to you. But there are a lot of companies out there that have been paying dividend for a long period of time, non-stop. Within recession, outside of recession, they keep paying dividends. So those are the companies you want to really invest in. So first and first, if you want to be a dividend investor, number 1, the risk is not extremely high, so it's kind of like medium risk. So you also have medium returns from investing in dividend companies. Another thing you want to do, if you want to be a dividend investor, which I am, if you want to be a dividend investor, I would suggest you only pick companies that you are comfortable with. One. Number 2 is that you pick companies that that they've been existing for a while, they are rock solid, and they're not going to die out of you. So to get the list of these companies, you can, for example, use your starting point could be dividend aristocrats. So you can go online, search for dividend aristocrats, right? And then they will show you the list of all companies. These are companies that have been paying dividend non-stop for the past 25 years. These are solid companies. Example is AT&T, Verizon, you have Coca-Cola, you have McDonald's. So all these companies right here, they've been paying dividend non-stop for the past 25 years, non-stop. Apart from that, they have been increasing their dividend steadily for the past 25 years. So those are companies that you want to invest in if you want to be a dividend investor. So personally, I am a dividend investor. I love dividend investing because you don't have to do a lot of work. All you got to do is buy the stock, know where you buy it upfront, buy the stock, hold it for a long period of time. While you're holding it, the stock is growing. At the same time, you're also getting payment almost every month or every quarterly. So, I mean, you can't beat that, man. Come on. So that's my number 3. Number 4 is Bitcoin investing type. So personally, I don't have any Bitcoin. I've never trusted it from day one, but I'm looking into getting Bitcoin. So what is Bitcoin investing? That means you actually buy Bitcoins, stocks. You can actually buy from Robinhood or somewhere else. But yeah, even I think we will do Bitcoin also. Does Bitcoin. So you can buy Bitcoin and watch how it grows. Now Bitcoins don't pay a dividend, so you're not buying it for the dividend. You're buying it because Bitcoin can fluctuate when there's a glitch, and that fluctuation can make you rich. So if you buy Bitcoin for $5,000, right now it's about $7,000 for one Bitcoin, and something happens in January and it glitches and it jumps up to 14,000. Guess what? You just made extra $7,000. So, but you can invest in it. And if it also glitches down, you can lose hefty amount of money. So be careful. Last month when I was looking at Bitcoin, it was around $9,000. Right now it's dropped by $2,000. So imagine you have a Bitcoin, just one Bitcoin that you have for $7,000, and then all of a sudden you wake up one morning, and it's 9,000. Yay! And then you woke up the next morning and it's 6,000. So beware. So if you want to be a Bitcoin investor, that's fine. But I don't do Bitcoin investing. I might do it in the near future, but right now I'm not doing it. I like to have that money coming, every month or every quarterly. That's why I'm a dividend investor. That's number 4. Number 5 is real estate investing, and this is a big deal because a lot of people do real estate investing, either by actually buying a house, flip the house, make money off it, or buy a house and then rent it, and get that residual income, or you do it in the form of REITs, which is you are not actually owning the actual property. And REIT stand for real estate investment trust. So stocks, which is the S at the end of the REIT. So you actually buy stocks from companies like, say, MPW or O, or there are many stocks company out there that they're actually into REIT. So one thing about REIT is you investing in real estate, and when you invest in real estate using REITs, you also get dividend for some companies every month, for other companies every 3 months or 4 months. So they pay you dividend. Again, dividend is not promised to you. They can pay it, they may not pay it. It just depends on what happens. So that is another kind of investing style. I'm not going to waste so much time on REITs investing style, but that is what it's all about. So you actually invest in real estate. Another type of investing style is the mutual and index fund investor. So investing type. So what that means, you actually invest in an index fund or you invest in a mutual fund. They are very, very similar. The difference between an index fund is that the index fund is trying to match a certain kind of portfolio. For example, the S&P 500, while the mutual fund is trying to beat that particular portfolio market. So it's very similar, but it's really different. Now, why personally I have a lot of index funds that I actually invest in. I like them because if you don't want to invest in individual companies, you can actually buy a stock of a particular index fund which has all kinds of company within it. So for example, I have SPHD, which is a kind of index fund, and it has about 500 companies in there. So as a beginning investor, you might actually want to look into starting with index funds instead of buying individual stocks, like you buy Verizon stock by yourself, or you buy T-Mobile stocks, or you buy O, or you buy KO, which is Coca-Cola. So you might want to do index or mutual fund, because when you buy those stocks, you're actually buying so many companies at once for the price that is listed. So it's and there are different kinds of index fund. If you want to do dividend investing, you can actually buy index funds that they pay dividend. They pay dividend every quarter or every month, as they give it to you. So you can do that also. I don't want to rush you with a lot of data or a lot of information, but the way I'm going to be doing my videos, I'm going to be breaking it down from one. We're going to, just go step by step, So if you follow my video from the beginning, you'll start understanding what it means to invest. So after this video, I'm going to be talking about, actually buying your first stock, and then we'll walk through it, So that is if you finally decide when you want to do, what kind of investing type you want to do. So the next one is the gold or precious metal investor. And like the name sounds like, what you're doing is actually investing in gold or silver. So you're actually going to buy this. The good thing about this is they are they are low risk. The price does not fluctuate that bad. So when you buy gold, you have gold. You have it. if you're not buying the physical gold, if you're just buying gold stock, you don't really own the physical gold, but still you own gold stock, So, and the good thing about this kind of investing style is when there's recession or something bad happens, this kind of investor actually make more money. For example, when the stocks are actually going down, I actually find my gold stocks actually going up. That's what happens. So anyway, that's the kind of investing type. You might want to do that. That is left to you. You might want to do, instead of doing bond, you might choose to do bond. Instead of doing bond 10%, you can do bond 5% and then invest in precious metal 5% if you choose to. So you can actually mix it up. There's no one size fit all. You can mix it up. So now you know about the 7 types of investing style that we have. Again, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just saying this for educational purposes. So you might want to invest in. I like money. Like I said, this is money is good. So you might want to invest in a dividend investing stock that pay you dividend every month or every 3 months or every 4 months. And why you getting that money? Your stock is still growing. And all this, the dividend investor is actually a passive investor. So out of everything I've listed so far, I'm going to recap and tell you which one is passive, which one is active, so that you understand what we're talking about. From our previous videos, we talked about passive investor and active investor, and I'll just give you an example of passive and active investor here. So if you're a bond investor, it's usually passive. If you're a penny stock investor, it's active. If you're a dividend investor, it's passive. If you're a Bitcoin investor, is both, because you can just hold it for a long period of time, allow it grow, because most people think Bitcoin is going to be the currency of the future. So you might want to buy and hold it for a long period of time and then sell it, or you might just keep watching it go up and down, fluctuate a lot, and then just hold it for a short period of time and then sell it. So in a way, Bitcoin fall between being a passive or active. Some people do it actively and some people do it passively. So a real estate investor is if you invest in the real estate itself, that is, you actually own the building, it is an active investor, because you have to keep managing that building. You have to keep managing it. You have to make sure that it's clean, the lights are okay, everything is working in the building. So that is an active investing style. But if you actually own a REITs, so you're actually investing in real estate in form of stock, then it's actually a passive investing style. So you're actually a passive investor in that case. So just know that. So again, active takes a lot of time. Good profit comes out of that. Passive takes active takes short time, but it takes a lot of time for you to manage, and you can have good returns. While passive take a long time, it does not take a lot of your it does not take a lot of your time, but your benefit is not as great as the active. So then the mutual and index fund is usually in the passive area. They are passive style of investing, because you buy them and hold them for a long period of time and see how they grow. And then the gold and precious metal investor, you can also do it both passive or active, in the sense that you can, because they don't fluctuate that much, but when they do, you would know right away, and you can just sell them, and something like that. So now that you know the investing styles that we have, the kind of investor you want to be, the next step now is, after you've chosen to be either a passive investor, and if you're a passive investor, you pick between being a dividend stock investor or a bond or Bitcoin. You want to choose that. The next step right now that we are going to be talking about is how to start investing. What platform should you start using to invest? I hope you like this video, and I hope I've given you some information or knowledge that you can use to build wealth in the future. Thank you again for watching my video. Please support this, support your boy, support this channel. I'll keep bringing more videos to you like this. Seeing that support and that people subscribing, makes you happy and makes you want to do more, and it makes you feel like people actually looking at what you're doing, your content, and they're actually understanding what you're doing and following you. So I will appreciate you guys if you guys can just subscribe to this channel, leave a like or comment in the comment section. Thank you guys. Catch you in the next video. Bye.